the coronavirus pandemic unfolds across the world, here is a look at how technology is being leveraged to monitor the disease, assess the symptoms, inform, educate, as well as aid people who are now largely restrained to their houses for the next several days as authorities across the world ask people to stay at home as much as possible. First, the bad news. Some countries like Israel, Iran, and China are reportedly tracking their citizens' phones to trace the transmission of the disease among those who have come in contact with positive coronavirus cases. Now, this has given rise to fears of a surveillance state, but many techies believe that an app can help suppress the spread of the infection. For example, there are apps in developmental stages that would help people log their movements and compare them with cases that are of known coronavirus patients. Now, we could get used to technological intervention and it may be leveraged sooner or later to fight against the coronavirus. And as long as it doesn't become a surveillance tool, then it should be fine. Now, there were a lot of bogus apps also doing rounds on Apple Store as well as Play Store, and the last time I checked, they seem to have pulled all of them down. Now, only government verified apps are permitted on Play Stores and Apple Stores. And as far as India is concerned, the state of Kerala, the Kerala government, in fact, has launched an app that gives COVID-19 related information in Malayalam, Hindi, Bengali, and Tamil for now. Google's sister company Verily has launched a very basic version of a website designed to help people find coronavirus testing facilities. Now, for this, we are working with the federal government, and the tool has been introduced in the San Francisco Bay Area, where Google is based. The tool takes you through a basic questionnaire and categorizes people into those who are eligible for testing and those who don't need it right now. Meanwhile, as more and more people across the world are being asked to stay indoors to curb the spread of the contagious infection, now media apps and websites have taken down paywalls so that people can access information and entertainment. US publishers like The Atlantic, The New York Times, The Wall Street Journal all have made coronavirus coverage available to non-subscribers as well, and some educational apps are also offering free services for the next couple of weeks. And finally, collaboration apps and communication apps and video conferencing tools and productivity tools have all gained a spike in usage as more and more people are required to work out of their homes and coordinate remotely. While fewer people venture outdoors nowadays thanks to the technology, regular life doesn't feel like it has taken too much of a hit.